Hello, everyone. Please continue serving and eating. We're going to proceed with our awards presentation here. I'm going to tell you we're going to push the video that we hoped to show to tomorrow at lunchtime for the sake of time, and we will also post the link to that on our website afterwards as well. We have 2 awards today, and we've done both of these before in a virtual space. This is the first time that we're doing it in person, and we're really excited about it. And one is to recognize a TIPO, a NATHPO member who has gone above and beyond and is just a leader in every possible way. And the other award is for making an impact, a member who's not a Tribal Historic Preservation Officer. So we're going to do our member first, and I'm going to turn that over to John Eagle to talk about his colleague.
My relatives, as you enjoy your meal and visiting, I just ask that for a moment you listen. In our Lakota worldview, our elders taught us to greet, no matter who it is that we greet, to refer to them as our relatives. And the hope is that then as good relatives, we're going to listen to each other. But it's also for that moment where maybe we're going to disagree with each other. But as good relatives, we always have that to fall back on. It was 2016 when I first became a TIPO. And it's been 7 years now, and I've got to say that this is probably the most interesting job that I've ever had in my life, but it's also one of the most challenging jobs that I've ever had. And I'm very happy and proud that NATHPO has taken this opportunity to recognize a TIPO. Because those of you out here in the audience that are Tribal Historic Preservation Officers, you know how challenging it is to be us. We don't win all of our fights. But I wanted to share a little bit about an ancestral view because of the person that's going to get this award today. And my elders taught me that Menikile, Wakpala, Wakpa, Ble, Na Oacha, Onkaki, Makoche Woapi. They said that it's the water, the creeks, the streams, the rivers, the lakes, and even the ocean where our ancestors left our stories. Years ago in federal consultation, we were talking like this, and archaeologists got a little upset with us and asked us, well, define a site boundary for us. So I said, coast to coast, pole to pole. Wherever our ancestors walk, you're in a site of religious and cultural significance to our people. So I just kind of wanted to lay about that much, and also help you to understand that as Lakota, Dakota, Nakota people, our oldest name for ourselves is Peteoyate, buffalo people. Because wherever the buffalo roamed, that's where our ancestors moved as well. So I'm very proud today that this award is going out to one of the Buffalo people. Not only that, but this person is a legacy. Her father was a TIPO when I first became a TIPO, and spoke honest and spoke true. And when I first met her, I saw her dad in her. Because when she comes to consultation meetings, she speaks honest, and she speaks truthfully, has that courage. And maybe I'm even more proud because this award is going to a woman. And why I say that is because when you think about that most sacred document that mainstream society has, where it said all men are created equal, they didn't even acknowledge the women. And that idea, that energy permeates American society. But amongst the Lakota, the women are the backbone of our nation. They're the backbone of our nation that supports the entire structure. So that being said, I'm going to call to the stage one of our backbones, Miss Diane Yupi, Lecha Ua. She is a recipient of this year's Tribal Historic Award, presented to her and nominated by her staff. That's a long walk. How about another round of applause? And with that, my colleague's going to be presenting her with a blanket. And it's a custom amongst many of the Plains tribes. And what it represents is, long time ago, our ancestors would have gifted her with a buffalo robe. So that's what these blankets represent, and it's held for the highest regard. Yatapika, praiseworthy people. So Diane today is being recognized as a praiseworthy woman and a praiseworthy Tribal Historic Preservation Officer. So again, how about a round of applause for her?
I don't know if I have much to inspire or encourage, but I just want to thank NATHPO because it really means something when you have all TIPOs together. It's like we're the only ones that understand what we go through. And when you can even just talk about doing reviews with another TIPO, it's a sense of healing that we give off to each other. So if this is your first year or your 20th year being TIPO, I hope that you stick it out. All the times that you may cry behind closed doors or that you may be in a field and struggling, I just hope that you stick it out because we need you. And like John said, my dad raised me as a TIPO. I feel like I had an advantage because I grew up under the consultation table. So I'm a product of TIPOs raising TIPOs, and to keep it in your family, and that it's important. So thank you so much.
Hecha tu alone.
Thank you. And congratulations, Diane. We're so excited for that one. We're also excited for this one. We call this one our Impact Award, and this is for someone who's made a real difference in our ability to do our jobs. And we tried to give this award last year, and so we're really excited to be able to do this one in person. And the blanket that we're giving for this symbolizes what we are giving this award for. And that's strength and friendship, gathering together and building connections. And that's what this person has done for us, especially in a virtual space. And that person is Melissa Madrigal. Melissa is our Director of Operations, and she uses all of her strengths and all of her talents for that, and it is at least a full-time job. And she's helped us with our funding applying and reporting, importantly, getting that in order. We've done a lot of growing in 4 years, and that's a big task. She's built our new website that has a member portal that I hope you'll be able to go and take advantage of if you haven't. We intended that to build connections among you all, and then our email delivery system and everything else. And she tells us jokingly, this is what you get when you ask an archaeologist to build your website. But I think it works pretty well. And so we are happy to present this to you, Melissa. Honored. We're honored that you work with us. Thank you, everyone.
So one of the challenges to being a tribal historic preservation officer is to remember who we are always. So within Lakota way of life, when people are recognized like this, we always sing a song of praise for them. We have an old-time encouragement song amongst the Hunkpapa where I come from, and the words might kind of surprise you because what the words translate to are, my friend, the Indian way of life is difficult, and I've had a hard time. That's what the words translate to, but really what it is a testimony to our fortitude as Indian people that we're still here. We're still here. So I'd like to honor all of you, everybody in the room, for what you do. An immeasurable thank you for honoring our ancestors and protecting ancestral places. Remember, it's not us men that are powerful. We were born pitiful, not connected to nothing. That's why in our way of life, the men have to sacrifice in order for our prayers to be as strong as the woman. Because woman was born connected to everything in the universe, and only woman can sacrifice and suffer to bring life into this world. So how fitting was it today that two women were honored for who they were.